What is up, y'all? What is up? What is up? What it do, shower day? So, I guess I'm gonna do a live mukbang because I haven't did one in a minute. I usually don't really do it. I don't think I only did, yeah, I only did one mukbang before. I'm gonna do these more. It's fun. I like to eat. Actually, I don't like to eat. I only eat like 1 or 2 meals a day, so. But I got me some food from Hooters. Ew, I'm about to look disgusting eating this burger though. Ew. I need some paper towel. And then they have like all this like the burger is like sliding off the bread. Bah. But y'all, I'm only gonna be on here for a little bit. Um so anyways, let me tell you guys about my job. So the last live that I did, I talked about how I was leaving this one job for another job, and I left because I felt like it was like I was being set up to fail. And hunty, this new job I started for sure definitely was a set up to fail type job, okay? So, ew, these fries are nasty. Ooh. This ranch about to save it though. So pretty much, I kind of told y'all before in the last live, like how unprofessional it was. Hey, what's up? Um, how unprofessional the job was, and it kind of gave me like red flags from the very beginning that it was going to be like trash because it was so much work just to go do the drug test. For them to send me the stuff to do the drug test was a lot of work. And now actually getting into this job itself and starting it is for sure a set up to fail. Like, I've never seen this stuff before in my life. And I just feel like that's just how it is in Atlanta. Like, I done had 2 jobs, and both of these jobs, I'm being set up to fail. Like, nobody likes that feeling, and nobody, wants to get a job and waste their time. You know what I'm saying? But this job for sure. So I had started this job like that Monday. It was April 8th. And everything, like, how can I say this? When the first day was actually, it was orientation. So it was treated like a whole 8-hour shift. So we go to orientation, you do the paperwork and sign and all that crap like usual. You learn a little bit about the company. And then we had a pop quiz on what we learned that day in orientation. And I'm like, dang, we getting quizzes? Like, what the hell? Yeah, we had a quiz. I felt like I was in school. Then we had this guy come in, and he told us that training may be around 8 to 4:30. Okay. So we like, okay, cool, whatever. He said when we first walk into the building, because we had the orientation at the Buckhead location. Now, the actual training facility, that was going to take place in the Chamblee Tucker location. So we had to go there for all of our training, our work, production, everything was Chamblee Tucker. So we're freaking there at the freaking orientation. He tells us that we need to, when we get there, we're going to need to go take our pictures for our IDs. And they're going to provide us with a lock because you can't have your cell phones with you. So we like, okay, bet. Tuesday come. We go to the Chamblee Tucker location, right? And guess what? We didn't get our picture taken. We didn't get no locks. So basically, the trainer tells us that we have until Monday to get us some locks because she's getting tired of our phones ringing and going off or whatever, and she don't want nobody looking at their phones. So I'm looking like, but we were told we were going to get provided with a lock. She goes, oh, yeah, you're going to get locks, but not until you actually get on production. Training is 6 to 8 weeks. Like, you guys, it don't make sense for you guys to give us locks after we already went out there and bought locks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how our money is going to be. And plus, not only that, but they had told us it's going to be a whole month for us to receive our first paycheck. So nobody like has money like that, you know? So anyways, we get to this job, right? The first day. And we literally in the break room just sitting there for like an hour. She literally gave us a little tour. And she said, okay, guys, like, I'll be right back. Y'all can stay here. She was gone for a whole freaking hour. I'm pissed off at this point because I'm like, I could have stayed asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning just to be at work at 7. Just saying, because I don't have my car anymore. So public transportation it is, you know? So, finally we get into the classroom. We start recapping about what we learned in orientation. And what else? She told us there's going to be quizzes tests every Friday. And she said that she was going to change the training hours from 7 to 3:30 to 6 to 2:30. That's when the problem occurred. People started getting mad because they can't do the 6 to 2:30 right now, you know? So there was this one girl that was going back and forth. Let's call this one girl. Let's call her Lisa. And let's call her trainer. Let's call her Amber. So Lisa and Amber were going back and forth the whole time because Lisa was like, I was told that we were going to work from 8 to 4:30 for training. And Amber like, yo, like, who told you that? Because that's not true. Who else was told that? There was some people that raised their hand. And then she was like, that's not true. And she was like, you guys signed a contract that said that you guys are available to work anywhere between 6 and 11 p.m. So the training hours is going to be from 6 to 2:30 for starting on April 15th. The girl, Lisa, she like, I never signed this contract. And Amber, like, everybody in here signed the contract. And Lisa was like, I didn't. And I'm looking like everybody in here did sign the contract. But I definitely felt where Lisa was coming from because that's taken away, like, from people. Because that means they got to get up extra early, you know what I'm saying, to get to work. And then people got kids. Daycares don't open until 7 to 8 o'clock. So then what? People ride the bus and the train that don't start running until like 8. You know, I mean, not 8, but 5. Like, come on now. That's not fair. And she felt like there's no excuse, you know, to why you can't be at training at 6 o'clock in the morning. And she tried to use like, oh, I'm a single parent too, so I understand. I'm a single mother, but I have someone to make sure my son get on the bus and, you know, whatever. I'm looking like, that's you. Not everybody have somebody, you know. Not everybody is from here. Some people probably just moved here. You don't know. Like, just because you got help, that doesn't mean everybody else have help. So it is what it is. And then she was like, there's this guy that lives 2 hours away and he didn't have a car, but he still managed to get to work every day on time. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Then we are graded strictly like on our attendance for training. Now, usually like with training, they tell you attendance is mandatory. You got to be there every single day. That's a fact, and we understand that. However, like, they are doubling up points since we are in training. They want like training to run like production, which is fine. But I feel like if it's going to be run like production, everything needs to be spot on the same. So instead of sitting here doubling up if I come into the class late, because if I come to the class late, that's total, since it's training, is 4 points, opposed to actually being on production floor where it's 2 points. So, and on your third one is a corrective action. So you could get fired just for being late. You know what I'm saying? Even by a few minutes. So I'm just like, yo, that's not cool. It's really not. So the first 3 weeks of training, we have been bullshitting around. We've been learning dumb stuff. Like, we've been talking about like 5 levels of listening, active listening, how to take notes, learning, learning development, conflict management, like bullshit stuff that has nothing to do with the fucking job whatsoever. We're wasting so much freaking time learning about everything else but the job, and it was pissing me off. And then she's like, Amber, she's the kind of person was like, when you take notes, don't write everything down. I'm gonna tell you guys what to write. We're gonna keep it simply simple. So we up here, Raven, read this slide for me. I'll go ahead and read it. After I finish reading, write this whole slide down. Like, what happened to keeping it simply simple? But if we write down something that we feel is going to be important, she's like, no, guys, kiss method. And I'm like, what are you talking about when we have to write the whole freaking slides down? Like everything, So I don't know. I was getting annoyed. So we got our first test like that first week. Stupid stuff we took a test on. And I was irritated. And then we get into the second week. We bullshitting some more. We didn't take a test that week. Third week, bullshitted some more. We took a test. She gave us a little bit about our job, like this much on our job. And then we took a test on it. And then she gave us a quiz on something else. I don't even remember. It was like bullshit stuff. You got to pass these tests with like a 80 and above. But when she words stuff, because she speaks more than one language. So when she words stuff, her sentences don't usually come out correct. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And you just be like, wait, what? What are you saying? So we get to our second test, which is like the fourth week. This is like the actual test concerning our job, because the fourth week, we finally started to learn about the job. But this is the middle in a week. So it was like a Wednesday we started learning about our job. We learned some crap on Wednesday. We learned some crap on Thursday. Friday was the test. That test was like, honestly, how many I got wrong? The person graded my test, said I got 8 wrong. Teacher went back. She graded the test. I got 10 wrong. Even though she said my answer was acceptable, it still got marked wrong. I got 10 wrong on this test, which meant technically I failed the test, right? But then extra credit came in. So instead of getting that 60 whatever, I got a 73. I failed because I felt the not multiple choice, but what is that called? True or false section, because her sentence structures just didn't make no type of sense whatsoever. So I failed. And I'm just like, yo, like, dang, like when you get 4 wrong, like, yo, I've pretty much failed at this point. Like, no lie. I hate my fingers get dirty. Yeah, so I was just like, I was really, really irritated at this point with this job. Like, something seems off about him. The trainer, she got this attitude like, she is a nice person. She will tell you every single day, guys, I'm so nice and you can trust me. I would never do this and that to you. You can leave your purses in here, blah, blah, blah. We got to lock our purses up too, guys, like, because they don't want us to take it to the floor. I'm just like, okay, y'all, it's a paperless environment. I'm like, okay, so I can't have my purse. And there's no food that could be in there either. But since we're in training, like you could have food, but it got to be hard candy only. So we got a couple pregnant people that's in our training class, and she told one of the girls that she could have some chips because she's pregnant and she needs that salt, and it's helping her with her nausea. So she been bringing in chips. Guess what, y'all? She got in trouble. She got in trouble as of Friday. But anyways, I'm just like, yo, I really can't do this job anymore. It's getting on my nerves because we done been bullshitting. Now she cramming stuff in our head, and we're expected to pass these tests with 80 or above, but we don't have time to study. And I'm that kind of person, like, if I don't feel confident in what I'm learning, I'm going to take my stuff home to study. But guess what? We can't take our notes home. We got to leave it there at work. And I'm just like, so how the heck am I going to pass? How the heck am I going to pass this test if I can't take my notes home? And I don't have time to study. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you guys got downtime when I leave the room and this, that, and the other. When we were bullshitting around, she had left the class a lot. She would be gone for like a whole hour. We don't know what's up with her. And we was taking bullshit notes and stuff. So, of course, we wouldn't study. So she'll be like, come back from lunch at 1 and be back from lunch by 1. We go back to the classroom. She's not there. Whole hour go by. She's still not there. Finally, she come. So we sit and we talk because we've been learning nothing but bullshit the whole time. That doesn't have nothing to do with the job. But she gets mad because we did that. So I'm just like, girl, you really irritated my soul. Like, I can't with you right now. So anyways, back on to this freaking job. I get all these notifications on my phone. Like, chill, bruh. So anyways, she has this guy that will come in too and help. And obviously they messing around. Well, everybody assumed that they're messing around because how they act with one another. Maybe they could be best friends. I don't know. But I'd be like, y'all be a little bit too touchy-feely and all that stuff, you know. It looked like they messing around. And he would come in too to like teach us stuff. And some of the stuff he has taught us, like about owning a business and this, that, and the other, has been cool and beneficial and stuff like that. But if you got like 14 businesses, why are you working here? That's what I'm saying, you know. Why are you here? But anyways, he has his favorites in the class. The trainer, Amber, she got her favorites in the class as well. And it's hella obvious. It's hella obvious. Nobody in this company, like none of the managers, team leads, and none of that stuff has came down to meet us. You know how, like, usually when you start a new job, especially like at a call center or a data entry type job or something, management always come down and introduce themselves. Nobody did. Nobody ever came. Okay, I lied. One person did. That's because she happened to be in the classroom. That's why she introduced herself. And you want to know what a big thing that this job says a lot? She says, they say, don't make friends here because nobody here is your friend. Keep to yourself. A job is a job. You don't come to work to make friends. You come to work to make money. And they tell you this because it's so much drama at this job. Like, it's so much, like, people be physically fighting, like hair pulling, weave be snatched out. No lie. Like, I didn't see it, but my trainer told us, and even the manager, they will tell you physical fighting. It happens all the time there. The job has a high turnover rate, and it's not because it's a hard job. It's literally because of the fighting. That's what they say. But all the fighting, all the drama and stuff. And being there, you could see it. They also told us that since we're new, the people that's already there, that's on production floor, they don't like us. It's already said that they don't like us. And the reason that they don't like us is because we're new. And apparently they find us as a threat. I'm looking like, you find me as a threat? Why? Like, we both getting, at the end of the day, we both making $12 an hour. Like, boo. Like, what the hell? But we're that much of a threat to them. So they said that when you guys get to the floor, make sure you have a friend from your training class. And if you need help, ask them. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get to the floor and you're going to forget something. And you're going to ask like your neighbor or somebody for help. And they're just going to look at you like, and keep on going. And I'm like, what? I have never heard of no mess like that. But apparently that's how it is there. I'm like, that's ghetto and ratchet, bro. And I ain't about that life. So then, what else happened? So, like, more drama and stuff started to occur with the trainer, Amber, and more people. And we actually, first, before we get to that point, it's the test because everybody is failing the test. Like, people are barely passing. And the only reason they're passing is because of the extra credit. And they get pissed off and they be like, this is the easy test and blah, blah, blah. And if y'all would use y'all downtime, then y'all would pass. And I'm looking like there's no freaking downtime. 1, 2, like, you're cramming stuff in our head last minute. You teach us one thing like on Wednesday, then Thursday is something else. And when are we going to have the opportunity to study what we're learning? And you just teach us something or go over something once and you expect for us to just remember it for the test. And it don't work like that. Like, girl, no. So it's all this drama because everybody fell in the test and everything. And then apparently she says this week that she went to go tell HR on us because she had heard from somebody in the class, because she said people in our training class is telling her, emailing her and telling her stuff. And so she had heard that some of us was going to go to HR and tell on her. So she went amongst herself to go tell HR on us and said that we were by far one of the worst training class she has had because of our behavior. I'm like, we are grown. What are you talking about behavior? Because everybody interacts with one another. Everybody is participating. How are we behaving? Like, why you lying though? And it was just like you trying to cover your butt because you be throwing this whole shade. Like, she gives like, oh, she's like, yeah, the light-skinned crew and blah, blah. She not even light-skinned. She dark-skinned. Like, why are you trying to kiss ass to the light-skinned people, you know? And you have your favorites. You and that guy have y'all favorites of people that y'all always in their face and they always in your face and they always kissing your ass. Like, no. But you're telling on us like you're freaking too. So I'm just like, really? Our behavior is a problem? Really? So, y'all, she was like, I'm gonna give y'all 2 tests. What was this? She said on Wednesday, she was giving us a test on Friday, and it was gonna be 2 tests. 2 tests. I was like, well, no, she said on Thursday. She said Thursday. And she's like, on tomorrow, y'all got, no, 3 tests. That's what it was. Y'all gonna come in, y'all gonna take a test, y'all got another test, and y'all got another test. I'm like, oh, what? We don't remember this. You just started teaching us this crap. And it was like, hey, I'm like, yo, you really setting us up to fail. Everybody started saying this at this point. Like, really setting us up. And we haven't learned shit. like that. You know what I'm saying? So, what happened? There was, so basically what she be testing us on is we not in a system, using a system yet, okay? Actually trying things for ourselves. We just started doing that on Friday, where we are taking the time to navigate ourselves. So on our test, one thing that had happened, as soon as we came in on Friday, we had a test. There was a question that was like, what is on the specialty screen? What is on the address screen? Is it on the address screen or the detail? That is on that screen. What is, like, it was just like confusing, like, on to find X, Y, and Z, which screen do you need to be on? The address screen or the address select screen? And it's like, I mean, I'm not going to remember that without actually, like, physically seeing this myself and being able to navigate myself in the freaking thing. Watching you do it once, it doesn't stick in my head. Like, I'm not going to remember this. So, my meat is falling off my burger. So, I'm not going to remember all this crap. Like, girl, I have to see this for myself. I have to study the system for myself. I'm a hands-on type person. Like, I don't, like, when you saying crap, it doesn't stick to me. Like, I can remember a script really quickly, but I can't remember when you tell me stuff, like, and then 2 seconds later, Raven, what did I say? Like, I'm not going to remember because my brain doesn't work like that. You know? I think because I have selective caring, but it doesn't. Especially when you're giving us way too much information. I have to see stuff for myself. I'm a visual learner. And do it myself. Like, come on, guys. But apparently it's not enough. Then she take our notebooks from us because it's supposed to be a paperless environment. I'm just like, okay, girl, now you're really doing the most. Like, I'm just really, really done with you at this point. So, Thursday, there was an incident happen with my coworker. And pretty much what happened was my coworker, first she come in from break and she was 5 minutes late. The trainer was like 11:35. The girl was like, let's clear this girl's name. Let's call her Chantel. Chantel was like, okay. So then later on that day, the trainer, she like asked a question because we were learning something. She asked a question. She asked Lisa, and Lisa was in the middle of saying her answer. The trainer, Amber, cuts Lisa off and goes to Chantel. Chantel started talking and saying her answer when Amber, Daisha, and then how she did it, it was like so rude. Like, she didn't even want to hear what Chantel had to say. And so Chantel was like, I'm starting to get irritated. And Amber heard. She was like, I can hear a lot of stuff. I have really good hearing and this, that, and the other. I can hear if you mumbling. So if you got something to say, then go ahead and say it. So Chantel was like, I said I'm getting irritated. And Amber was like, okay, good for you. You know, like clapping her hands. And I'm just like, but she talk about every single day, I'm nice, you could trust me, this, that, and the other. Like, I don't let things faze me. I move on, blah, blah, blah. But you come at her because she said she's getting irritated, especially the fact you cut her off. And the girl said, she said, because you cut me off. And the trainer was like, have I not been cutting everybody off all day today? Because she did. She cut me off. But it was the principle of how she cut the girl off. Chantel, how she did it was so rude. It was just like Chantel saying her answer in the middle of talking about Daisha. And it was like, dang, girl. Like, it was rude. It was real disrespectful. And then she was like, she gets up and she's like, if you got a problem with me, that's fine. Like, it doesn't faze me. You could go talk to HR if you want to. I would give you guys my manager's email address. You could email her. Y'all, she got up. She wrote her manager's email down on the board. And she was like, there you go. You can go to her with any complaints and all that stuff. And I was saying to everybody else, like, don't trust her. Because I was like, because how I took that is, yeah, she gave you her email, manager's email address, but that could be a setup to fail. Because at the end of the day, I took it as her saying, okay, you can email my boss, but guess what? My job is still secure. That's how I felt. Like, that's how I took it. So I'm just like, yo, like, this badass attitude needs to stop. And I felt like everything there, when it comes to her, it's always going to be her word against ours. Like, HR and stuff, they're always going to take her side. And if you go read the reviews for the company, like, her name comes up. And people say, like, she got a badass attitude, that people wanted to slap her. People felt like they had to quit because it was getting to that point where if this bitch don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna fuck her up. Like, And that's the type of attitude she makes you have. Hold on, guys. Let me get something to drink. Like, man, nobody wants to deal with somebody that got a bad attitude. Like, her attitude is like literally on one. Like, bruh, chill. And I was like, and I was telling my mom and I was telling other people, I was like, yo, I feel like she's gonna try me. And I'm really nice, guys. But when you get to my bad side or you really piss me off, then we got a problem. And you're gonna see Raven and you're gonna feel my wrath. I tell everybody, I'm so nice. But when you push me to that point, I'm done. Like, it's like Satan walking and he take control. That's how, when I get angry, I'm gone. I don't even be aware. It'd be like an outer body experience where I just be sitting there like, I am not doing that right now. Because you led me to that point to be like that. And I'll be damned if somebody like leads me to the point where I become out of character. Like, that's not about to happen. I keep my peace. I try to stay away from drama. And people like to try to bring it, in my direction. So we don't live like that. So anyways, so that was a big problem. And then what happened on Friday with me, I got irritated. Like, I was getting annoyed instantly. Like, throughout the day, I was getting annoyed. And then here come, like, it's after lunch. And it's like, we missed our break. We missed our last break, actually. And I'm just like, yo, like, I really don't want to go back because, like, one, I'm already spending $20 a day to get to work. One. Two, like, I feel like I'm being set up to fail. And three, I just see everything getting worse. And I just see me lashing out on somebody, And it was like heavy on my soul to just leave. But I stayed, and I came back from lunch, and I went back into the classroom, and they finally gave us a chance to do crap on our own. But we had to walk with each other, like, step by step. So the guy was trying to make sure, because he was teaching at this time, because the trainer was about to do one-on-ones with people and give you an overall, like, idea of how you're doing in the class and give you your class average. And a lot of things plays a part in this. It's like participation, your behavior, and your attendance and all that stuff. It's a lot of things that plays into how she's grading this training class and what she's going to talk about in one-on-one, even your test scores. But at the end of the day, the test score wise, well, it don't mean nothing, because at this point I had already failed 3 tests out of the 4 that we took. I failed 3 tests. And even though it's like in the 70s and stuff, but I failed, and it's not good enough for them. And it's not good enough to get me even on production. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have that 80. And it's just like, how can I have this 80 when you're teaching me stuff last minute? So anyways, we got back from break. We're practicing in the system, walking step by step. I'm doing good. Make it midway through, right? And so I guess the name that I had created, because we had to create up a fake name, like, was already in a system. So which meant I had to do it all over and get called back up with them, right? And he told me, he was like, Raven, hit F3. And then at that, I didn't know why I had to hit F3, so I tried creating another name. And every time I kept creating another name, it kept bringing me back to that main screen, which was like on F3. And I didn't understand. And so, like, one of the girls in my class needed help or whatever. She said something. He said whatever to her. And then I was like, well, why does it keep bringing me back to the main screen? And so he was like, well, at this point, like, if you're behind, you're just behind. You're just going to have to wait. I wasn't even expecting that from him. And then especially the simple fact that this entire time he been walking around and helping people get caught up. It was like, just tell me why, like, it keep taking me back to this freaking main screen, and then I could get caught up on my own. But that's the part of training, is like, you making sure I get this and I get to the next point. So I'm just like irritated, and he just kept teaching. And then I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, well, if he don't care, then I don't care. So I'm just sitting there like, and I done kept seeing him, like, people had questions and they needed help with stuff. And he was going over there, walking around. He was helping them, but he didn't help me. So I'm just like, oh, so that says a lot about how training is, about this training class. That's what I said. The trainer, Amber, she hurt me. She was like, Raven, is there a problem? Is it okay? Talk to me. And I ignored her. And I'm just irritated. Like, I'm asking you for help and you ain't helped me. So it does. It say a lot. And it was like, this whole freaking time, like, I've been up to date with everything, like, when we walking through the system, and then I have to start over, and I'm asking you why. Like, I'm trying to get information, but you're not helping me, but you helping everybody else. So I was pissed off, and I had every right to be pissed off, because I'm actually trying, and I'm trying to get this and learn it. Man, I almost need some more to drink. I'm thirsty. But yeah. So my trainer, Amber, she came over. She was like, who needs help? And I was like, I do. And she was just like, Raven, I'm so shocked that came from you. And see, the thing is, like, when you say stuff or you do stuff like that, it rubs off on other people. and people will pick up your energy and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Oh, huh, yeah, true. Yeah. All right, get the fuck out of my face. Talking to me. And I was like, I'm not like it's not that I don't get it. It's just that I had to start all over, and I wanted to know why. Like, and he doesn't want to help. And she was like, you could just ask me. I'm like, you over there doing that. And she was like, that don't mean nothing. You could have still asked me. I'm the trainer. You come to me. You know? So then she helped me. And then from there, one of the other girls helped me get back to where we were, where she left off at. But I already had a bad attitude. Like, I was on one. Y'all. I was literally on one. I didn't care. And so basically, after that, we finished out training or whatever, right? And actually, I didn't even finish doing the assignment that he gave us, because it was like 2:30 came, it was time to go. And the assignment needs to be like kind of turned in, so we had to leave like the case number that we was working in. And I was still working on it. He was like, guys, you gotta go. And so I'm like, fine, I'll leave. But I was trying to make sure I got it done. You know, because you didn't want to help me. And so, I was waiting for my ride, because my coworker, she worked, Lisa. I was gonna ride with her. So, me, her, and that Chantel girl, we was all outside talking. So Lisa got pulled aside to talk to the trainer, Amber. Chantel did too. And Chantel said she went ahead and she went to HR and told HR. And Lisa and Amber had talked with one of the guys who was in charge of like hiring people, because the dude hired me. So they were all like sitting in the room or whatever, and then they was talking about, everything. And trainer was like, you participate and you do this and that and blah blah blah. And Lisa is just basically telling her, like, you've been disrespectful multiple times on many occasions, and X, Y, and Z, and basically telling her like everything that's been going on and how she been feeling. And she was like, like, I could ask you a question and it's like it's forced, like you don't want to answer the question. And that was like a big thing too, because the guy in our training class who was helping out, he told the trainer, he told her that you roll your eyes when you talk to Lisa, and you look like you don't want to answer the questions for her or help her out. Like, you just got this badass attitude. And so I think that both of y'all need to talk. So the whole class was seeing it at this point. Like, there's a lot of drama between them, and we seen it for weeks, like coming together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they about to clash and it's about to be ugly. And so the guy who was in the room with like raising his eyebrows, like, wait, what? Like, this is going on? Like, what? Like, he's shocked, But at the same time, we knew that he wasn't going to do nothing about it, because everybody likes her. Like, everybody at the job apparently likes her. And she's so cool with everybody there. So it's like a new training class come in and we all say what's going on, and it's a problem. And people, the thing is, what I feel like the big issue is, or why she never had a problem, because people always kiss her ass. Everybody always kiss her ass. We even had people in our training class that would kiss her ass. And that's why she didn't ever have a problem with people before. But this class right here is more boisterous. And they're going to say what's up. And she couldn't handle it. She didn't like it. So, then my other coworker, she said that she had to sign a corrective action because she'd been eating in the classroom. So I'm sitting here like, oh, girl about to get fired because she was eating some chips in the training classroom? Are you serious? Are you serious? That's the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life, y'all. Hey, why you get fired? Because I was eating some chips in the classroom. But she lost me when they was being disrespectful to me. Like, I was done. I'm like, y'all, I low key, like, this job is not even worth it. Like, I'm sticking out because, you know, like, I need a job. But at the same time, you're not about to talk to me any type of way and think it's okay. Like, it's cool, you know? And it's like, we got like 3 more weeks of training left. And I called off work one day because, like I said, we wasn't it taking a whole month for us to get paid, and I had to spend $20 a day just to get work. I ain't had no money. I was broke, and I called off, and she cashed out me $20 so I could get to work, and then finally, like some money that I had coming in had posted. I sent that $20 right back to her, and I was like grateful. But the thing is, like, you don't know her intentions by her sending like money, you know, because she's so much of like a negative person. Like they like to speak positivity and stuff like that, but they're negative. Their whole personality, everything about them is just negative. But it's just like, I felt like if I didn't send her $20 back, like she'll be like, yeah, I'll let Raven borrow $20, you know, something vicious, like something's up. Like, it's not even to be sincere or actually help somebody. Like, you have to question, like, did she send this to me just to be nice and help me out, or was she doing this on some messy stuff? Like, that's the type of question you have to ask yourself when it came to her. And I'm like, dang, like, yo. And my coworker was like, Haitian people be like that. And I'm like, well, I know Haitian people, but I don't know Haitian people that act like that. And she goes, they like that. I was like, I mean, I can't confirm or deny that because I've never witnessed nobody like that. I just feel like that's just her personality and how it is. And I was like, I wonder why she left Florida in the first place. And my coworker was like, yeah, but my coworker, like, she was talking about, like, actually, like, I could have people pull up on her right now. She was like, I'm about to write her license plate down because I know what kind of car she got. And I'm about to go ahead and I'm about to, you know, and I'm like, don't tell me nothing because I'm not about to be an accomplice. Shoot. But, you know, it's a problem when everybody in training classroom have a problem with you. Like, and I'll be damned to go to jail in Atlanta before I ever went to jail in Detroit. Like, that makes no sense. Like, I honestly don't know what it is about these jobs here in Atlanta. They trying me. These bad people and personalities. But yeah, it's been going on. Like, it's crazy when you have drama from day one. Day one. Like, you go read the reviews, y'all. I kid you not. People literally say in the reviews that they don't like her and that they want to fight her. They want to slap her. People quit because it was like because of her, and they felt like they, you know, fall out of character because of her. And it's really true. Like, she really pushed you to that point, but it's like she tried to be so nice and calm when she do it. Like, nah, homie. And I saw right through her from day one. When I first saw her, I was like, she messy. She is messy. And I've seen it all over her. But the simple fact that this job literally tells you on the first day, like, keep to yourself and don't make no friends, and, you know, there's so much drama, this and that tells you a whole lot. And we just seen that within training from the trainer herself being messy, you know. Like, she probably do like me, I don't know, but I don't like her because I feel like you messy. Like, I don't trust anything. But it is what it is. And a lot of people, I like my coworker, she was like, so, like, the thing about it is, if she felt like a lot of us is not going to make it to production, that's one thing. Like, you're fine. You're entitled to have that opinion that, you know, you have your idea of who and who's not going to make it to production. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But keep it to yourself and don't show it. And all that drama has been unnecessary. Because I promise you, if she had cut me off like that, Like, we would have had a problem. I would have pulled her to the side and we would have talked and said, what's up? Because at this point, no. And our job, like, they're so adamant, like, if you have a problem with your trainer or you have a problem with, your team lead or whatever, you could go to HR and talk to them and this, that, and the other. But it's like, you feel like at the end of the day, it's always going to be their word against yours. Like, you feel like they would take their side opposed to hearing you out and what you got to say, especially with this trainer in particular, because she's so apparently cool with everybody. Like, everybody that come in, like HR and stuff, they be like, oh, Amber is the best trainer, she's this, she's that, everybody's so cool. Everybody always coming down, people interrupting the classroom training just to come and talk to her. And it just told me so much. Like, that first week when she was gone for 45 minutes to an hour, like, why are you gone and you supposed to be training a class? Where you at? But then she said she got pulled into a meeting. Why the hell are they calling you into a meeting knowing that you got a freaking training class and you need to be teaching us stuff? So, I was just like, I'm so over this thing. Like, yo, I'll literally be asking myself, like, do I want to stay in Atlanta? I already know I don't. Like, I don't. And the thing is, when you talk bad about Atlanta, like, people from Atlanta get offended by that. And people told me, like, you got to be careful when you say that you don't like Atlanta, because you never know who you meet, who you run into, how they could help you career-wise or whatever. But if you sit and you tell them that you don't like Atlanta, they'll be like, forget it. They don't want to help you no more. Or they done. Or some people, they will apparently come after you. I'm like, come after me because I don't like a state. Well, a city. Like, what the heck? It's just like me saying, oh, I'm going to kill you because you don't like Detroit. Like, what the heck? That's the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life. You're going to kill me. And I told that person, I said, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, God holds my career in his hands. Like, I don't freaking care about nobody in this world. I don't care about their opinions of me. I don't care, because if they were meant to help me, like, they would help me. If they feel like I have that talent and it's worth it, like, why not help me? Just because I don't like a state, they don't want to help me. God put people in your life for a reason. So if it was meant for them to help me, then they'll help me. So it is what it is. Like, I don't care. And they got the attitude, like, people always talk so bad about Atlanta and this, that, and the other. And people come to Atlanta thinking they're going to be famous and stuff overnight. And I'm like, that is not even it. And you want to be real? The reason why I don't like Atlanta is because everywhere is a freaking hood. Like, if I wanted to stay in the hood, then I could have kept my butt in Detroit, and actually in the city of Detroit, in the actual hood. You know what I'm saying? I used to live in the hood. I used to live in 7 Mile Gratiot. So if y'all see 8 Mile, y'all see how 8 Mile was, like, 7 Mile is pretty similar. So, like, my parents got me out of the hood at 10 years old, like, and we went to the suburbs. If I wanted to stay in that, like, we could have stayed there in the hood, lived a life, went to them schools, like, but no. But I don't want to. And then I was apartment searching. Everywhere it looks like trash, looks disgusting, don't look safe. And then you got people breaking into your cars and stuff. Dude told me his car got set on fire. Another person told me his 4th day in Atlanta, his car got broken into. And then, like, you read reviews online about apartments and stuff down here, and there's freaking decomposed bodies inside of it. Some person was talking about their cousin body was left there to decompose. And then you hear about people breaking into other people's apartments. One apartment that I was looking at, like, is always on the news because people getting killed by drive-bys and this, that, and the other. Like, no, that's why I don't like Atlanta. And it seems like everywhere I would go in Atlanta, it was like the hood. And then I'm like, okay, well, I could go look into, like, the suburbs, like, where all the white people and stuff is. But then they're like, white people don't really they don't fuck with us because we're black. They don't want us there. And I was like, well, I don't care. I'd rather spend money. But then at the same time, you're looking at these apartments and the prices of those. And it's like, well, then I could have kept my butt in California if I wanted to spend $1,300 for one bedroom. Shoot. Like, bruh. And then the food is not that good to me either. It's not. Like, it just be so nasty. Everybody be like, oh, American Deli. I'm like, no. There's only a couple good places, and that's it. Like, that's it. It's not all that what it's cranked up to be. And then, like, if you watch people's videos about, like, Atlanta, about people who moved to Atlanta and they left, like, everybody would say because it's hood. Like, I remember one of my videos, people was like, get out of Atlanta because it's Niggaville. Or it's hood and this, that, and the other. Like, they telling me stuff. And I was reading comments on other people's videos and people saying that they don't like Atlanta and why they don't like Atlanta. And then people were like, see, people always make videos like this. Sit and move to Atlanta thinking they're going to be famous. And then it doesn't happen. And then they want to sit here and talk about how bad Atlanta is. And they say they so quick to say, like, if you don't like Atlanta, then leave. Like, goodbye. Like, I'd be glad to leave Atlanta. And then someone told me, that was like, I mean, like, look at it. You came to Atlanta because you want Atlanta to help you with your career. And I'm just like, oh, really? You want to go there? Because I could gladly go back to LA. And as far as that goes, like, acting-wise in Atlanta, it's slow. It is hella slow. So freaking slow. It's not that much stuff. Like, honestly, I was depressed in like March and April because I wasn't auditioning. Like, this time in LA, I was like auditioning like a couple times a week in LA. Atlanta, I've been weeks without auditioning. And then there's people holding auditions and stuff at their house. Like, hell no. Hell to the fucking no. So, I don't care. I mean, at this point, I feel bad because I'm saying all this stuff, like, about Atlanta. And I'm pretty sure Atlanta has some good things about it, too. Like, you know. But all I've seen is mostly the bad. You know what I'm saying? The guys being hella aggressive. The females being hella aggressive. You know. People being pushy, wanting me to date their daughters and stuff. Like, doing the most. And I'm not like that. Like, I don't want to be in a type of environment where I don't feel comfortable. And I don't feel comfortable in Atlanta at all. And my Uber driver said the same thing. Like, she was like, she goes to work and then she come home and she stay in the house. She don't even come back out. Because she's worried about getting shot. And she said she's born and raised. So, if you got people who is from that state, who is saying stuff like that, it tells you a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I hear stuff like that, too, about Detroit. People, like, I don't never want to go back to Detroit. I remember this, I remember that, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, like, I don't know, like, Detroit, to me, is not like, I feel like the people in Detroit is not aggressive like they are in Atlanta. Like, they're not. It's a big difference. And at least, like, with me being from Detroit, I know what to expect. Atlanta, I'm not from there, so I don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, But to me, like, to sit and say I don't like Atlanta is just mostly because of, like, the crimes and, you know, it's all, the whole thing seems so hood and stuff. And then the celebrities and stuff, they always be like, oh, Atlanta. They don't even live in Atlanta. They live in the Oscars of Atlanta. You know, people so quick to say Atlanta, but they're not even there. Like, you don't live in Atlanta. Stop it. But that's how they are, you know? And even with the fact with the jobs, like, why does these jobs get to the point where they got to be physical? I have never in my life, seen or heard a job that says crap like that. Or saying like people physically fighting, physically assaulting one another. No. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry. It turned into me venting. But it's just literally because I was just so mad. Like, the two jobs that I had in this state, and they both, like, you feel like you being set up to fail, and I still haven't started to job at the airport. I still haven't. And it's really like, it makes me mad. So I'm honestly, I do want to leave Atlanta because I feel like it's not worth falling like out of character. And I hear things about you going to jail. You go to jail for dumb stuff. So I be like, nah, bro, you serious? You went to jail for that? Yeah, I went to jail for a parking ticket. I went to jail because I was driving without a license. I was eating at the bus, like dumb stuff you go to jail for. And then the amount of time that you spend in jail, like for these little petty ass things, like what? I don't know. And then when I talk to people about like finding apartments, y'all want to tell me, oh, you want to stay over. You don't want to go to like Buckhead or Dundee and this, that, because now that's like white people area, and people who got money. And they're like, you don't want to go over there. You want to stay over this way. Why would I want to stay in the hood? Shoot. Like, I get annoyed because sometimes at night, like, you be hearing people shooting. The day, what was it? It was April 13th. So my friend came down from Arizona and we went to the UFC fight. And so after me and him like went our separate ways, I had rode the train home, right? And because he was getting ready to go back to Arizona. So I rode the train home almost freaking minutes because I was gonna just take an Uber. But the Uber ride that time in the morning, bro, was like 80 something dollars. So I was like, oh no, I'm not paying 80 something dollars just to go 25 minutes away. Negative. So I rode the train and it was like, thank God I made that train because it was the last train of the night. And so I get on the train, I make it to like the College Park station. And at this point, like, I had to book an Uber the remainder way of the way home, right? So like there was this guy that like was running towards me and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he was like, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone? And I was kind of like hesitant about letting him use my phone. Cause I usually when people ask me if they can use my phone, I always let them. But I felt like I really didn't want to let him use my phone because I didn't know if he was going to steal it or not. Because I have the XS, yeah, XS, and like I don't know, like I didn't know what his motives was, but I let him use the phone. He asked me if he could use my phone because he had heard gunshots and he ended up dropping his phone. So he was looking for his phone. That's why. And I made sure to stay up on no dude too. Make sure he don't take my phone. Because I was really scared about no dude taking my stuff. I would have cried like if my phone was stolen. But yeah, it's just like everywhere. Like, oh, one time I was in the house and it was like 6 o'clock at night. I heard gunshots. 6 o'clock at night, like PM. Okay. And I'm hearing freaking gunshots around the corner. And it's like, why is there gunshots going off like this early? Like, what? I don't know. But it just seems like everywhere is just so like ghetto and hood and not a safe area to live. So if you plan on moving to Atlanta, looking like Dundee, Buckhead, Marietta, you gotta look in the outskirts because Cobb County, Fulton County, all that stuff, don't live there at all unless you're trying to get shot up. I don't know. But there's a lot of people that don't like Atlanta. I met a lot of people that wants to leave. And it's mostly because of them crimes. You don't feel safe. And I kind of think Atlanta is boring. But I feel like for me saying Atlanta is boring is because I went to LA. Like I lived in LA. So it's like after you live in a place like that, it seems like everywhere else is kind of boring. Like if I was to move to Detroit, even though I'm from Detroit, I know what's hot and like what's up, but I probably would be like, yo, Detroit is boring. Because you live in a place like LA where it's always something to do and all these good foods everywhere. So it's like, you can't say that LA is boring. But yeah. But anyways, I'm pretty much almost done with my food. And I was hungry. I really haven't eaten, guys. So I was really hungry. So a video is coming up tomorrow. I know I said that last time I was on live because I was supposed to upload that video, but I'm literally fighting with my computer. I don't know what's going on with it. Ever since I updated it to feel more, it's just really been on one. And like the editing and stuff is terrible. Like I just can't do it. Like I can't even work around it. So I feel like in order to have a decent video, I have to film from my phone and pose from my camera and like upload directly from my phone. But I don't know. It's been like this since the whole change with the Filmora. Like it just made everything worse. And then my computer keep talking about like it don't have no storage or no room. And I'm just like, there's nothing on it. Like I freaking deleted everything. So yeah, I have videos and stuff made already, pre-made, but I've been having all those issues with it. But I'm gonna probably go on live tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I may. Oh, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm done pretty much my food. I'm ready to get off now because I need to go do some crunches because this food is sitting in my stomach. And I'm trying to lose weight, you know, before my baby's daddies get to town. LOL, just playing, guys. But yeah, trying to lose some weight. I shouldn't have been eating this food in the first place. It was a burger and some fries from Hooters. So that's it, y'all. I'm going to see y'all later. There's a video coming tomorrow. I promise, okay? It's going to be up. I already have one that's already like up, but it just got to post. But the internet being crazy and wasn't letting me like go and like change my thumbnail and like the description box and stuff. So it's actually been on there for like a week, but I just haven't posted it. But yeah, I'm gonna post that tomorrow. Hopefully it's up. If not, I'm gonna just have to log into my phone and edit the post and then post it directly that way. And then I have another video I'm going to put up as well. So be on the lookout, guys. And also follow me. Okay, follow me on Twitter because I'll be on there every day. So we could talk directly and on Instagram, okay? Okay. Goodbye.